Okay, in this video, I am going to show you how I work, how I would actually begin a job, how I would prep my files, and how I would basically follow a job through from start to finish. So I'm on the Mac, and the first thing I want to do is I want to open a folder. Now, the ad that I'm going to create, and this is just a sample ad, but it's going to be an ad for a Cadillac concept car. The concept car is the Cadillac CL. So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to create a new folder. All right, so I go to File, all right, New Folder, all right, and then let me just put it over here so you can see it. Then I'm going to give it a name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this one Cadillac CL. Cadillac, I'll put a space, CL, add. That's my folder, all right? Let's see, it didn't take. Let's try again. Cadillac, CL, add. Okay, so that's my folder. All right, now I'm going to open up this folder, and again, this is how I work. All right, and then I'm going to create some subfolders in here. The first folder I'm going to create is called Images. The next folder I'm going to create is called Support Files. And then the next folder I'm going to create is going to be the InDesign file. So and now I usually put in a space, and then I'll type in InDesign files. All right. And because I put a space in it, and I view this, I always like to view, I like to have this view as a list, so that this way my InDesign, by putting in that space, and I think on the PC side it's a period, but by putting in a space, it will always keep this folder at the very top. So this way, the very first folder you would come to is the InDesign files folder, then image it, and then support. So how would I do this? Now I can close this down because I have everything the way I have set up. So let's say I go to the internet, and there's the CL. This is the one I want. So I'm going to open it up, take a look at it. All right, it's a nice looking vehicle. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to save this. Now, since I already have a folder prepared for it, I'm going to save this image as, and I'm going to navigate my way to that folder that I just created. So I'm going to go to my desktop. All right, and I'm going to come to this folder, the Cadillac CL, and yes, I'm going to put it in the image folder. All right, I'm going to keep the naming convention the way it is, and I'll say OK. So basically what I'm doing is I'm setting up this thing from the very beginning. I'm organizing everything the way I want it to be so that when I start to build my ad, I have all the components in place. All right, I can get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. And then I'm going to use one of these logos. I'll use this one right here. All right, it's a nice big one. Okay, and it looks like it's a PNG file, but it doesn't make a difference what it is. I'm going to, again, I'm going to right click this, save image as. I can change the name if I want, but I'll keep the name, Cadillac logo, put it in the exact same folder, so I'll say saved. All right, and then I can get rid of this. And then next up, here's my client copy. Let's say, of course, this is all fictitious, but let's say, for example, if the client sent me this copy right now, I'm going to save it, all right, and I'm going to call this thing, I'll call it, I'll just call it, I like that, Open Air for the Open Road. I like that. Okay, I'm going to navigate my way to my ad, and I'm going to put this in the support files folder. All right, so I have that in there. I can close this up now. All right, so if we look in our Cadillac folder, we have two images inside the image folder, and then we have a document inside the support files. Now there's nothing in the InDesign file folder because we didn't create the ad yet. So now I'm going to open up InDesign, all right, and then I'm going to create and again this is a fictitious ad, so I'm just going to create. I'm going to say new. I'm going to keep all the defaults. Of course, I have facing pages checked off because it's only going to be one page. I'm going to keep all the defaults. I will build in bleeds. All right. All right. So now I have my ad. So now I'm going to build it in. I'll I will place my image. All right, now mind you, I'm going to go into that folder that I created to get everything that I need. So I'm going to open up the image folder. All right, I'll take both of them because I'll put them in one time. All right, so I'll put the logo, maybe I'll put the logo here, and then I'll put the image here. All right, and then I will do a file place, and I will go to my, I will go to the support file, open up this text right here. I'll say open. All right, oops, I should not have had that selected. So I'll say open. I'll put my text in here. All right, and I will open this up. All right, that's my text. I'll center it. I'm gonna center everything. I'm gonna center everything in this document. So I'll do a Command A. I will use the alignment option. I'll center everything to the page, and I'll say center. And this is my ad. Maybe I'll just pull this down a little bit more. So this is my ad. I love it. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I got to make this thing production ready. So once I make it production ready, I'm going to make sure that I can. And since I am in InDesign. Again, I'm on the Mac. If you're on the PC, I think it's Alt Control, but for me, it's Option Command. You double click. It will open the image in Photoshop. You can see it's right here. And as you can see, it's an RGB. Since I'm doing a print ad, I'm going to save it as CMYK mode, CMYK. I'll say OK. And then I'll say save, and then I'll close it down. All right. And I'll close it down. All right. And the same thing with this one right here. Because everything that you're pulling off the web is going to come in the RGB color space. So it's also very good to just take care of all that stuff up front. Mode, CMYK. I'll say OK. And I think in this case, when I say save, let's see what it is. Oh, it's a JPEG. So I can save it, and then I will close it down. All right. Okay, so now it's been saved. So now I'm gonna look at everything. Okay, I'm gonna go to File, just to check and make sure everything is okay. I'm gonna say Package. You can see everything is clean here because I converted. I have the text, I have the copy, I have the fonts. Everything is okay. Let me just cancel because I'm not gonna create one right now. But also I'm gonna turn on the pre-flight information, pre-flight panel, and I want to make sure that I see the little green light. And as you can see, there it is down there. So this thing is ready to go. So right now, before I even package it, I've already put everything in place. So I can close this down now. All right. I'm going to give it a name. I'll call it Cadillac Ad. And yes, I'm going to put it in my Cadillac folder. Okay. Let's see. That's going to be over. Let's see, date modified. Cadillac here. We'll put that in the InDesign folder. We'll say like so, save it. All right. I can close this down now. So if you notice now, this is my folder, and in my folder I have an InDesign document, 2 images, and the support files. Now this does not replace packaging. Packaging now is going to gather everything up, including the fonts, and it's going to make a package out of it. But this is how I start an ad, by making sure I bring everything into one folder, create subfolders, and then build out my ad from there. So hopefully that helps.